Hey guys, it's me, Ian, and today I'm doing the fractions, decimals, and percents review. This is the last part of Unit 1. Next video after this is Unit 2. So, wrapping up the Unit 1 review. First section here says use a calculator if necessary to change the given units. It's just different conversions. So this first one is 367 minutes into hours and minutes. There's 60 minutes in an hour. So 360 minutes is going to be 6 hours. And then you have 7 minutes left over. The next one is 12,657 feet in miles and feet. It also gives us 5,280 feet is 1 mile. So how we're going to do this, we can use a calculator. So we're going to do 12,657 divided by 5,280. Oh, that is not what I wanted. See this weird decimal? The whole number is right. It is 2 miles. But then the decimal doesn't tell us how many feet there is. So it is 2 miles. So we can write that. And then now we can take a couple extra steps. So we can do 5,280 times 2 to get however much 2 miles is, 10,560. And then we can do the 12,657 minus the 10,560, which is the 2 miles, to get our remaining feet, which is 2,097. And then 13 quarts into gallons and quarts. There are 4 quarts in each gallon. So 12 quarts is going to be 3 gallons. And then there's 1 quart left over. And then 5 days and 13 hours. There are 24 hours in a day. So 24 times 5. 4 times 5 is 20. 2 times 5 is 10. Plus 2 is the 12. 120 plus 13 is 120 plus the 13 is 133. Okay, this is that first section of just like little conversions. The second part is the actual like percentages, but we are not going to be using the calculator. We're actually going to close the calculator. No calculator. We're going to use mental percent strategies. And we can also like write some work on the sheet if we want. So we're going to be using the number 567.20. Best way to start is always find 10%. Because you can find 10% by just moving the decimal place over once. So 567.20, 10% of that is, trying to write it, my writing got messy, 56.72. And then from there, we can find 1%, because then we just move the decimal over once more. So then 1% is 5.67. So now we have 10 and we have 1. From here, we can find the rest easily. So B is 20%. it'd be 10% times 2, or like plus 10%. So that's what it's going to be. We're gonna double our 10% value. So we can split this up. We can do 56 times 2, which is equal to 112, and then 0.72 times 2, which is equal to 1.44. And then add these up to get 113.34. 0.44. Yep, that's what I said. And then 5%, you can take your 10% and divide it by 2. So 56 divided by 2 is going to be 28. And then 0.72 divided by 2 is going to be 0.36. So just put that together. 5% is 28.36. 15%, you can really choose. You can do 10% plus 5%, or 20% minus 5%. I'm going to do the 10% plus 5%, which is going to equal 56.72 plus 28.36, which is going to equal 56 plus 72 and 28.36 is 85.08. Okay, 7%. Again, different strategies you can do. You can do 5 plus 1% plus 1%, or you can do like 10 minus 1% minus 1% minus 1%. I'm gonna do the 5 plus 1% twice. Which is equal to the 28.36 plus 567 plus 567, which is equal to 39.70. And then finally, 18%. Again, multiple different routes you can take. I'm going to take the one that involves less numbers. Well, actually, hey, hold on. Oh wait, that is the route I was going to do. Because you could do 15 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, like percentage wise. Or I'm going to do 20% minus 1% minus 1%, which is going to equal the 18%. So that's 113.44 minus the 5.67 minus the 5.67, which is going to give you 102.10. And there you have it. From the base number, you can easily find 10% and 1%. Then by using those numbers, you can find the other percents. So we found 20% by doing 10% plus 10%. We found So we're 10% times 2. Like doubling 10% gives you 20%. Like cutting 10% in half or dividing 10% by 2 gives you 5%. 10% plus 5% is 15, or 20% minus 5% is again 15. For 7%, I did 5% plus 1% plus 1%. You can also do 10% minus 1% minus 1% minus 1%. And then for 18%, I did 20% minus 1% minus 1%. You could also do 15 plus 1% plus 1% plus 1%. If you were feeling a little weird, you could do like, I don't know, some like 10% plus like 1%. I don't know why you would do that, but you could. Just different, there's all different combinations. Any mental percent strategies that work for you, go for it. These are what worked for me. These are what I found easy, and by using like the least amount of numbers. And yep. Yeah, so that is the end of review for Unit 1. Thank you guys for watching. Next set of videos are going to be Unit 2, and then Unit 3, and then I'm hoping to have this all done before the final. Honestly, hopefully I can get it done before the Unit 3 assessment, but we'll see. All right, thank you so much for watching, and as always, happy studying.